You want to hear how trash I am?
It was a quarter.
I didn't think sushi came out until like 2010.
Dude, one of my favorite storylines is pre-diabetes Pat. You were just talking about it the other day or something on Twitter or something on social media, whatever it was. And every time I see that and I'm reminded of it, I get such a fucking kick out of you being diabetic.
It's going to happen. You're going to be diabetic.
I can't believe I'm not. I actually don't eat as bad as people think anymore. Once I kicked my my ice cream addiction, I had a pint of ice cream every day for probably 3.5 years.
It's crazy.
I just started doing that because I'm like, I guess ice cream helps you fall asleep. And I have
puts you in a
trouble
fucking coma.
falling asleep. So I'll scoop out French vanilla ice cream from Trader Joe's, the most delicious ice cream on earth. Scoop that out. I have like maybe 20 spoonfuls.
I mean, I used to put
bed.
down a pint, like just whatever's in the pint. Like however big the pint was, I'm gonna eat it. There's the quart. I would probably eat the quart. Like it's just, come on in, you're in. But you of all people being diabetic is just so fucking funny.
Are you officially diabetic? Or you
No, I ate my way out of it. Because I had to I stopped the energy drinks and I stopped M&Ms, which drinking one now, which was literally killing me. The doctor's like, you're gonna die if you don't stop eating fucking M&Ms.
Why did you just go on a checkup or was something?
Checkup?
Because I remember there was that time you thought you had AIDS.
Yeah,
that was very funny too. You were like sluggishly, like I'm dying.
I was poisoning myself with sugar.
But is that what led to the checkup, or did you just So you were feeling like garbage.
Yeah,
it wasn't just like
How much sugar do you eat?
Not that much, and I'm active, so it's like I don't.
Like if he has it, you have.
No,
it, you know?
I've been to the doctors.
No,
recently.
I know you have. But you don't. But I'm saying you should.
Yeah, they're like you're total like you're great.
This is my thing about.
I was told by a doctor.
You need a new doctor
in February. I think it was February. I was told that, so it's early in the year. But he's like, you're the healthiest person I've seen this year.
This is my thing about human life.
But I was like, you don't understand what I do to it.
You were his only patient.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Especially, okay, let's say, yes, you can be chugging and eating and check out at like age 40, and yeah, that's tragic. But for the most part, humans are going to live between like 65 and 85.
Yeah.
And so, David Goggins is out here running ultra marathons. He'll cash out at like 87, and I kick the bucket at like 79. And guess what I didn't do? Spend my whole life grinding to the pavement and you know what I mean? It's
Dude,
just like
that's how I am.
We're in the same ballpark.
Money.
Yeah.
My buddy's an accountant, so he's like trying to talk to you about money recently, and he's like, you got to have it in this fund. That's going to get you 12% return. Like, that only gets you 16. And I was like, what the fuck is the difference?
It's until you can reach another like bracket of money where it's like, it's like if you have single digit millions. What's the difference between like 7 and 9? What's the difference between 6 and 8?
You tell me, Kevin. What is the difference? You're a rich motherfucker.
I kind of learned that. Like, I don't know. It's like I don't have enough money to like be crazy. So I'm yeah.
But does your money make enough money where it's like you're living just off your interests that you're making?
Right now, no, because I bought the house. I'm renovating the house. Like I'm doing big expenses still.
You're Irish, so you're bad with money. So
totally. Yeah. And I mean, I just went through the renovations, the divorce settlement. Like I'm still.
Imagine if he goes broke.
I said I'm worried. I'm worried about being that guy. I mean, in the very beginning, there was a fat tax bill.
Yeah.
Bunch of divorce bills, then the divorce settlement, and then the house. Like. It has not been like smooth sailing,
Kind of the Dodge Viper you got.
No, that stuff I don't
do. The medieval statues. You look like Nicolas Cage.
Permanent whirlpool.
That I don't do, and like I don't travel much. But like, I'm hoping that I can do that. But it's
you never travel.
No,
you don't do anything.
I don't do anything. So like.
Be better at being
I gotta start
rich.
doing stuff. Yeah, I gotta start doing stuff. We had this discussion not too long ago. Though, like John is like a travel and experiences person, and I'm a very like I'm into people in a weird way.
Right.
There's also times where I'm like, get the fuck away from me. I don't want to hang out. But like I could text with someone and talk with someone and do content with them and talk, and that like fulfills me more so than like let's go somewhere. I could be sitting at the bingo hall with a bunch of white trash like you, and like it's fine.
That's what I'm trying to get out of on my phone is like I am getting the social interaction that I need from my phone.
Guess
I need to put it down and like fucking go out.
I guess so. I don't know though. I mean, to me, yeah, it's probably better to be in person and doing places.
It's whatever you like. Like I happen to like fun. Like traditionally, what people think of as fun, like going to games and events and stuff. I don't know. I enjoy it. But if I just enjoy it,
I go, as do I, brother.
Honestly, God,
I'm not like the other
here
guys.
I get treated like I'm the weirdo. It's like, I don't know. They're just what fun is. And I like doing fun things. But like if fun is texting, if fun is reading,
I mean, I
if
wouldn't
fun
say
is
it's fun,
doing a puzzle,
it's comfortable.
I think I've talked to Owen about this, and because Owen is kind of like me, and it's mostly like we kind of just get comfortable. It's not we're having fun. We're comfortable texting all that. But like if you go have fun, you're like, this is pretty fucking fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like no one goes and is like, this sucks.
If I go out, it's much better. Like I'm like, oh, I'll be on like a dating app and it's like a pain in the ass. And I'm like, I go out, I meet 10 times as many people in half the time, and it's like a regular, much more fulfilling interaction than being on my phone swiping.
I'm just like a homebody, so like I really genuinely love like finishing up the day of work, getting home, getting comfortable, watching TV, comfort food, like all that shit. Put a fire on. Like, I love that, you know? But that's not...
Yeah, do you almost feel like money's like pressure to... I feel like a lot of people come on here and are like, what are you doing with it?
Yeah, totally. And I'm like... That's where, I mean, I don't know whether I have this much... Unless you're going to jump to a level where it's like, I don't know, I can buy like literally whatever I want, do whatever I want.
You kind of can, like to a degree. Can you buy me new teeth? I want new teeth in the worst fucking way possible.
How much do teeth
cost? You have good teeth.
Teeth are expensive. Teeth are expensive. Why do you have good teeth?
Lot.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
like, what's a lot?
They're like $2,500 a tooth.
What?
This guy's like a tooth.
We can get that knocked down.
It's been knocked down. I got a call with him on Wednesday.
Really?
I'm gonna knock it down again.
Wait, tooth, and how many teeth do we have?
Well, most people do.
Mine
like
would be
the ones
10
you can
on
see.
top.
You don't do like 30.
6 on bottom. But I knocked him down. So we'll have to bleep these numbers, I guess. Whatever.
You're getting veneers?
Maybe. I'm bored.
Didn't
but
you
I'm
just
saying
say
that's when you started
$4,000?
$4,000.
No,
I feel like
he's the number one dentist, like literally in the country.
Yeah, it is one of those things you don't want to skimp on. Like,
Exactly.
But also, I think it's one of those. It's borderline vet and mechanic where it's like $4,000 a tooth. Fucking why, man? Why? Because it's like I know you desperately want to change your teeth. That's why. I don't think the materials are. You're not getting teeth made of diamonds, dude. You know.
Right.
I do think. I mean, that is fucking expensive, and I will not be paying for it for you. But if you can figure it out, it seems like everybody I know, like the Will Comptons of the world, like it really changes your life.
Yeah.
I don't think you have that bad. Like Will looked like he was chewing on rocks for his whole life. Like he was really bad teeth, and to the point that like people said like I used to smile without showing my teeth, and I was self-conscious, and people would judge me. That's the sort of shit like. You become a different person confidence-wise, like you can't put a price on that, bro.
Like I went into this guy's office and he was on my Instagram and I went in and I get why he's successful. Like I walked in, Pat, how you doing, man? Someone else comes in, you should have her on your show. I'm like, oh, he researched me.
Dude, they're all salesmen,
This guy was 5-star treatment. Remember when you used to get impressions when you were younger?
Yeah.
Like they put the gunky shit.
So
they have a thing now, it's just a wand where they like wipe it over your teeth and it builds a 3D like model of your teeth.
Is it like a
camera?
camera?
Fascinating. Yeah, it looks like an electric toothbrush.
a scanner almost. Yeah. I mean, like I wouldn't think of it as like you're paying for teeth. You're paying for like comfortability.
But it's the first time in my life I've looked in the mirror and I've been like, oh, you're aging. I was like, you got to do.
I've never looked at your teeth. I've never been like Pat has bad teeth.
But have you like in your what 40? Have you looked in the mirror and been like, I need to look younger or like change the way I look? I guess it's different for straight people. It's all I think about.
Yeah, you queens are just fucking.
I am hammering the gym.
I can't speak for all straight people. I enjoy it. I'm like, you look older, dude. Fuck.
Really?
Well, for guy, like a. Because
I spent my whole life.
It's great for dudes.
I was the baby face guy, and I think I'm not the baby face guy anymore, and I like that. I was all like because I was like 16, I had braces and like.
But you look younger because you stopped boozing. When people stop boozing, the eye bags go away. Like you look younger. That's why I have fucking raccoon eyes. I'm not drinking with Gaz until 3 a.m. on Saturday.
Forget about how you look. It's just the fact that you're spending time with Gaz.
I was hungover until we did golf this morning. Until this morning.
Yeah.
I was like, why do you feel bad? I was like, oh, you were hammering tequila until 3 I just can't do it anymore.
I'm
it's a
so
3-day
out
hangover.
of the game now. I'll have cocktails, but I really don't think I'll ever have a night like that maybe ever again where I'm ripping shots.
I'm down to 1 day. I'm down to 1 day a week. I don't do anything Friday night, and then because I'll go play basketball on Saturday, sweat, and then Saturday every Saturday I got suckered into going out, and it's just I'm teetering on not doing it.
Can you not drink in the gay world?
What do you mean?
I feel like there's probably a lot of pressure in general in drinking, but I feel like the gays, when you're partying, you can't be like, I don't drink.
No, doesn't exist.
I
already don't have a social life. I would have negative.
Yeah, that's tough. Can you be out there and be like, I'm still at the club and shit and not drinking, or would they be like, funneling it down your throat? Yeah.
Of course not.
You know what I think is crazy?
You name it.
People who drink mocktails, I think, are the craziest people in the world.
Those have to be worse for you than alcohol.
Right.
It's all sugar.
You want 60 grams of sugar
you're
right
just
now?
having the margarita mix. It's like Charlie Kelly. You're just drinking mixers.
Shout out Ray.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, guys.
She's starting a show on
Shout out Ray and her
mocktails or something.
mocktails.
Oh, okay. Well, good luck, girl.
I mean, literally the concept of the show.
There's a guy on Summer House who opened up a non-alcoholic bar, and I'm like, just open a restaurant or something. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I do like the cans, but that's not really I genuinely do I drink those not every night, but close. But that's not really it's still kind of.
But you're still getting fucked.
What do you drink?
What's that?
A can of what?
No, it's called can.
Like the cannabis can.
Oh. It has weed infused seltzer. Is one of our sponsors.
You drink when I was skiing with you, you drank a fake beer. We were up there.
Yeah, you used to do that NAs for a while.
I'll drink NAs, yeah.
I think it was so uncomfortable because I was slamming drinks. And John was and then I disappeared in the bar because I knew he wanted to go. So I kind of disappeared. I saw some people look at me. I went and talked. I was hiding from him. I was like, we can stay for another 4 hours, right? And he was like, no. I was like, all right.
I mean, I've never been too much of a peer pressure, someone to succumb to peer pressure. So maybe it's just not, it's different for me. But I'll just drink a water or a fucking soda. I don't need to pretend that, look at my martini glass here. To me, that's you're fucking.
I'd just rather not drink.
Were you like that though when you were younger?
That's what I mean. I've never really been a peer pressure.
Yeah.
I think the longer I've not really drank, the more at first I was getting
something in your hand, in a bottle.
And then now it's been probably 2 years, something like that. And I'll have one or two. But I used to drink NAs like I drank beers.
Yeah, you'd have. Yeah, I remember you would get buckets of them. Yeah. Killing buckets of NAs was I feel like bars have a case of them, and he would drink.
They're getting so popular now.
Are they? Yeah,
dude. Particularly when I was in Ireland.
Drinking's down, bro.
Ireland
these kids aren't drinking.
Crazy. Ireland, every bar had Heineken Zero on tap. They had Guinness Zero on tap.
I was gonna say, can you get a Guinness like a full pour Guinness that is NA?
Because Ireland, despite the fact that we think of them as drinkers, and obviously they are, if you're driving, you can blow 0.0. That's it. Oh. You don't get the 0.08. At least that's what.
They're all on horseback. So that's the fucking reason.
Have better sex. Now that I have your attention. Have better sex with Blue Chew. That was a office reference. I don't know if people are going to get it. That's an old show. Have better sex with Blue Chew. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. And starting now, Blue Chew is offering a combo so strong, it'll knock your socks off and your neighbor's socks off. You will have to move towns with the amount of noise you will be making with your dick. Blue Chew Max has arrived. And it combines the active ingredients of Viagra and Cialis into one mega chewable. This combo acts fast and lasts. Guys, be ready when she needs it and get your first month of Blue Chew for free. Great sex is a few clicks away. Sign up at BlueChew.com. Consult with one of their licensed medical providers. And once you are approved, you will receive a prescription within days. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped directly to your door. The best part? It is, of course, all done online. That means no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Blue Chew won't stop until every man is bricked up like a brick house. That is the mission. Make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try your first month of Blue Chew free when you use promo code KFC and pay just $5 shipping. That is promo code KFC. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Jackpocket. You know our boys over at Jackpocket. Jackpocket, it is the #1 lottery ticket app in America. You can order lottery tickets from your phone with Jackpocket, America's #1 lottery app. Jackpocket has so many lottery games to choose from. They have Powerball, they have Mega Millions, and all the official state lotteries, the scratch tickets. You get that little itch to scratch right there on your phone. I'm opening up my Jackpocket app and checking out where Powerball and Mega Millions are at right now. Powerball is at $353 million. Mega Millions, $277 million. So with Jackpocket, you can now throw your hat in the ring to win. You know what? These are both about $300 million. So you're looking at $600 million. You're looking at over $500 million. You win just 2 measly Powerballs. Jackpocket, America's #1 lottery app and official partner of Barstool Sports. That is all to say. Sorry, I skipped a part. If you go to the Jackpocket app, if you're a new customer, Jackpocket app, download the app, get a lottery ticket for free using our code KFC at checkout. Download the Jackpocket app now and do not forget to use code KFC. You get a free chance at $300 million. Not a bad gig. You think a ATM in a bar has ever been used for anything other than Coke? Every time I'm in a bar, I'm like, I know why that's there.
And you look over and the guy's like, probably not. No. That's like a cash-only bar, which I hate.
Yeah, dude, every bar has an ATM. No bar needs it.
Yeah, not now at least. Yeah.
I remember when I was in high school, not my best friend, but one of my buddies, his dad was an architect, and he did bars in New York, and he was explaining to us that I was like, oh, I bet you do like no doors, so like they can't be drug use in the bar. And he's like, dude, it's the exact opposite. He's like, every bar wants 6 private bathrooms because they want to be known as the Coke bar.
Yeah. Dude, I remember like there was a couple bars that I would go to that have like a full like ceiling to floor nice door, and I used to be like, oh, this is like nice, just like it's not a shitty bathroom. And all my friends who did Coke were like, yeah, it's fucking awesome. Yeah. I was like, I just like the privacy.
You're taking a dump at the bar?
Yeah. You walk into a bar, like, I'm just going to take a pee real quick. And you see a public bathroom, like, we'll see you later.
Yeah. It's funny that, speaking of Guinnesses, that girls have just discovered Guinness.
Oh, my God.
I saw that online.
I was a big split the G guy, and I haven't drank in years.
So wait, girls are splitting the G, or
girls are splitting the G, and like
it's like a trend.
I'm shocked it's so popular because it was really popular. I was doing a lot of splitting the G like 3-4 years ago. I can't believe now it's what?
Just make it known that you started it.
Yeah, yeah, no, I'm definitely way cooler than you are.
All you fucking bitches. I was doing it first.
No, I wasn't looking at camera for that. I was looking at you.
I feel like isn't Guinness actually like notoriously low in calories?
Yeah,
too?
low carbs.
Which I get that, but it's also you're drinking a milkshake. Like,
no.
I don't like it.
I loved Guinness, and I would drink.
I do too, but like you can tell me it's only 100 calories, but drinking like 10 Guinness is hard.
See, I found them pretty light. I like
you're
it's like a mental thing. Like if I think that it's gonna be thick, it's thick.
Yeah, I can see that too.
I don't
maybe
like
that's maybe it's a placebo effect.
I'll drink most things though.
I'll put it in front of me.
There we go. I like.
Hey, listen, I drink cum. I'll drink a Guinness.
Dude, you name it. I'll take it straight from the tap. I like vodka though. Vodka's my drink. I love a nice fucking.
Dude, vodka's just like alcohol to me. You know, it's just really
like a glass of vodka.
I hate when it gets cold. It's gelatinous. Give me a nice.
No, I'm 100%.
Yeah, when it's
room temperature.
People who store their vodka in the freezer, I'd be like, syrup. The real one, dude.
Yeah.
The real one knows that's not gonna go down.
But I do appreciate. I'll do a little like you can shake it up with ice for me. Like I will like it cool, but I don't like that syrupy.
No, I hate that. I hate that.
Large does that. He freezes it in a block of ice.
What?
Like he'll take a bottle of vodka and he'll make a block of ice around it, and then he'll just have it.
insane.
Yeah, he's nuts.
Yeah,
he's off the booze. He's lost like 40-something
Yeah,
pounds.
he's
It's
down
great.
big time. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the only cocktail I've ever enjoyed then or to this day is espresso martinis. I will drink a whole bunch of other shit, but the only one I enjoy, I guess, a glass of red wine. But like, I love an espresso martini. Everything else is like I'm drinking it to party.
I gotta get into
fucked
those.
up.
I just think it's so
you
cool.
You have not got on the espresso martini train?
I've never had an espresso martini.
What?
Why not? You just talked about how you drink everything.
I don't like coffee.
I don't either. I love espresso martinis.
Really?
It's like a paradox.
I don't like, or I didn't really like. I don't like olives and vodka. I would shoot vodka, but I didn't really drink it that much. And I don't like olives, but I love dirty martinis.
Yeah,
Really?
Didn't make sense. You combine the two. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, there's something about like when I'm drinking coffee, I'm like I don't want this. When I'm drinking a alcoholic drink that's usually supposed to taste like shit, and now it tastes like coffee, like the bar is lower.
Right.
It's like this doesn't have to taste amazing. I think they do, but it's like for alcohol, I'm
You're
getting
able to
fucked
get it
up.
down.
Yeah, I mean, dude. I'm excited for you. This is like when you find out that someone has not watched Breaking Bad and you get to watch it for the first time. The fact that you're starting your espresso martini life right now, it's going to revolutionize your world.
Do you make them at home? Like, are you like buy them? Like, where do you get them? You just got the bar.
It's funny you say that.
Oh, brother, I know exactly what I'm doing.
No, I still haven't even announced it. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but wouldn't it be great if you could make them at home? Yeah, no, that's always been the thing about them was it's actually how I met Jetski. Jetski made me an espresso martini when he was bartending in Hoboken because you used to have to like find a place that did it.
You met Jetski before you worked here?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And I didn't.
Did you get
I
him
don't.
the job?
No, I don't think I realized it until he like got the job here, and he was like, "Remember that time I was serving you martinis?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" Because it used to be like, do you make an espresso martini? And most times they would say no.
Right.
And you have to go to like a martini bar or upscale restaurant, and even then they would be like, we make them, but like you're a pain in my ass. Now it's like, I mean, you can go to like a dive bar, and yeah, it is a little bit that for sure. But also, I mean, when you do need to pick me up at night, it's good. Like that used to be a problem. I used to get to the point where I'd order decaf espresso martinis, which now you're a real fucking asshole. But I would have like 7. And like I'm fucked up from having 7 martinis, but more importantly, my heart was beating out of my chest.
Were you
I wake
a big
up
drinker?
Yeah, in my day for sure, man. I mean, I haven't in a long time, but I was
Like you would go out like a couple nights a week at least and get bombed.
Dude, when I was first living in the Hoboken in the city, it was like every night.
When did you slow down?
What's the drunkest you've ever been?
I didn't get out of control. I would get fucked up. My friends always told me that they couldn't tell the difference. Like I don't have like a.
It's a good trait to have.
Yeah.
Couldn't be me.
You got the drunk
eyes.
Yeah. There was one time I was at the Drift in the Hamptons, greatest summer bar of all time, and I got introduced to Jameson bombs. It was like Jaeger bombs were like a thing, but they were on their way out. And this guy was giving me Jameson bombs, JMO bombs, and it was Barstool had like started. It was like 2010, 11ish, so it was like just started, but was big enough in that community that so these bartenders knew me, and they were just. And I felt like that was actually the only time I would get peer pressured is people would buy me shots, and I always said yes to them.
I cannot say no.
Yeah, and so I remember I was out on my feet, and I was the drunkest I've ever been, and by chance my crew was leaving the bar and they found me.
Ever been?
Yeah, I mean I remember like standing like just up against the wall, and they just like scooped me up, and it was like I think my cousin had just died, and I remember like we were on a cab ride home. I was like crying. No. Like, why am I still here? My friends. But I really don't get like that. So I think my friends are like, what the fuck is going on? That was probably the drunkest I've ever been.
I went to the hospital once.
Did you?
Yeah. 21st birthday.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic. Did you get your stomach pumped?
No, I woke up
charcoal?
I woke up still so drunk, and like then the guy next to me.
Yeah,
so then I was talking because then I was on a party bus, and I was like, they're like the guy I was in love with. I was like, John was there. He definitely saw me being so drunk, and then the guy next to me had just tried to kill himself because like his daughter he was being like taken away from him and like whatever. And
How old were you?
Wait, daughter?
I was 21, but like he was like next to me, He just goes, "Yo, bitch, shut
in
the
the hospital.
fuck up. Problems ain't shit, bitch." And then every time
Your crush saw you a little drunk. I'm losing my family over here.
And I think about that every single time. And now whenever I have a problem, I go, "Shut the fuck up. Your problems ain't shit."
That's a good.
Yeah.
I remember we all chewed up charcoal pills one night. You know, I don't even, that doesn't
Black
work,
tea?
right? Yeah. Oh my God. We left the city. I think my friend was driving drunk, and so that's why he ate them. And we were all like, "Oh, yeah, have them too." And we got out. We drove to the diner, and we all spill out. We had 2 cars, so they come out, and we all spill out of this guy's Jeep. Oh, this is a black. We're like, let's get a bacon, egg, and cheese. And our friends who were also shit-faced were like, "What the fuck happened in the Jeep, man? What were you guys
Remember
doing?"
pre-Uber? It was just whoever is the least drunk would drive home.
It was bad.
He's good. He's driving. No, just have a water, man. That'll offset the 12 beers you
Dude,
have.
I never did it, but I was constantly getting in the car.
Oh,
Which is almost worse.
God.
At least I'm like, I know how much I am and not drunk. You know, I don't know. You know, how bad are you? I don't know. Like,
I was
my
very
responsibility
much,
if I die.
Yeah, I was like, I'll die, but I'm not getting a DUI.
there was that. I remember feeling that way for sure. I mean, it was so much crazy.
The drunkest I've ever been, which I don't have one, but I'm pretty sure I got roofied because
Didn't make sense.
I've gotten extremely drunk a million times. I'm always fine, but it was like my friends were like, we didn't know what happened to you, and it was in Newport, and then they just found me asleep in a bush by the pizza place. And then when they got me up, they realized my head was split open.
Oh yeah,
and they had to take me to the
the
hospital.
amount of times
and
that like
give me like staples and
all
shit
the
like
shit
that.
died, stuff like that. You know?
Dude,
My
if
buddy-
I was actively trying to kill myself for
Yeah.
a long time. It's
Yeah.
impossible to die.
Dude,
It's so hard.
Famous last words. You're gonna hit by a bus on the way out
my
of here.
friend fell down a flight of stairs that had to be like 30 steps to get up to our apartment. We were on like the 3rd floor, but it was just 2 flights of stairs. So it was really like 2 stories of steps each way. It was like the 3rd or 4th floor. So it was like double stairs. And I remember I actually I bought like one of those Sony like handheld cameras. It was almost like a flip
Yeah, I
thing
remember
before
those.
phones. And I took it out with us one night, and I lost the footage. I would give anything to have it back. And I was filming. He was so hammered all night. We were driving by the George Washington Bridge, and he was screaming, "George, fuck you, George!" And we get like, I'm ahead of him, and I was filming him as we walk up the steps, and we got to the very top, and he just went, "Timber," and like just fell back and like tried to grab the railing, and I just watched him like boom, 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 and I was like, my friend's dead.
Yeah.
Like, he's fucking dead. And he just got up like, no
Guys, we gotta
problem.
go.
Like, I think when you're that drunk, you're just loosey-goosey. I don't know what it
Yeah.
was. Like, he was fine. I could not fucking believe it.
Dude,
Yeah.
when you think back on like there's a lot of deaths that didn't happen.
My other friend went to an active construction site, was like walking on like cinder blocks, fell, and the rebar went through his shirt. Like, like rebar, that metal, like he fell, like it could have 1 inch to the right, he would have gone through him, and he would have just been like impaled in a fucking construction site.
I had that happen once where
He was just wandering around by himself.
I laugh. It is funny. They find him dead.
Yeah.
we were drinking on a roof, and my buddy was like
Smart.
hanging over and slipped and fell, and I was on the other side of the roof, and I could hear him screaming, and I could see his hands.
How high were you talking?
Like
Dead if you fall?
like 30 feet, 20 feet.
Okay.
And I mean,
You're breaking your legs though, like it's bad.
20
King?
feet.
Yeah.
And I so vividly remember this, and I was sprinting across the roof, like hoping to get him, and I watched the hand slip,
No.
and I was like, oh my fuck, and I'm like, fucking run, and I get my head over the edge, and he's just laying on his back laughing, and I was like, dude, what the fuck, you scared me. He's like, what the fuck, you let me fall.
I had one of my best drinking buddy in high school. We had a house party. It was during the summer. He woke up. He was He was working as a janitor at the local elementary schools.
I used to be a
So it
janitor.
was summertime, and they were like getting the school ready, cleaning it up for like whatever little community thing was going on there. So we wake up in the morning, and he's like, "Fuck, I'm late." Runs to work, does not realize that someone had shaved a strip down his head.
No.
So he has like a chunk of his hair missing. And the guys are like janitors, like blue collar union guys. They're like getting a kick out of it. They're working on the roof that day, and he's throwing garbage bags. Like they need to move garbage bags from here to there. And at one time he grabbed it and he like spun around with it, and he threw it and lost his balance and like falls off the fucking roof into like a pile of garbage with his head half shaved, and we like kind of had an intervention for him. we were like 18 years old, being like, "You got to slow down, bro."
There's always the early adapters.
Yeah, he could put him back.
Shout out to my dead friend Sidey. The most fun you could ever have drinking with someone. He would walk into a room and people got scared. Yeah. He was a guy, like, he was a big, you might have met him once. He was a big guy. Like, he got worked out by NFL teams. Fucking huge. We were in high school. He would bet 30 beers, and he'd sit on them by the fire, and he would pull them out until the box collapsed. Yeah. And he'd be, all right, guys, later.
Time to go. Yeah.
Man, but he was like, he would walk into a room, and it was like, you have one friend, they're a little unpredictable.
Oh, yeah.
He would walk in, and people would be like,
here we go. You don't know what they're saying.
Here we go. God rest his soul.
Dude, you saying the like forgetting kind of deal, like about his hair?
Yeah.
Reminded me, my junior year of high school, I had I was like mostly friends with the older class. So like they had graduated. It was senior week. They're having parties. I went to all the parties, but I still had my exams because I was a junior.
Yeah.
So I go out one night partying like till like 4 a.m. It's the house the party happened to be at was across the street from the school. So I was like, I'm gonna sleep here. I'll go in the morning, take my exam, whatever. And I again woke up outside under the beer pong table kind of deal. Like woke up
a literal child.
Fuck. And then like grab my stuff, run to school, take my exam, hand it in, and when I went to fucking hand it in, I saw on my arm just like dicks and like and shit. And I like handed it. I remember the teacher too, and she just kind of looked up at me and she goes, "Turn that arm over again." And I flipped it over, and she's like, "Let me see how you did on this test." Like my hair was like this. I remember there was like a big giant dick, and it said like "I love fights" or something like that, and I was like, looks like I fucking wrote that. That looks like I'm fucking like narcissistic lunatic.
I'm just a drunk asshole.
Yeah.
Did you end up doing well on the test?
Definitely. I don't remember what I got, but I passed.
We used to just poison ourselves as children.
I mean, that was it. You poison yourself.
And now
one of the biggest industries in the world. You poison your body every day.
What you did? We get so drunk.
Well, that's why I can't believe
children.
That kids these days are not drinking. I'm like, well, what are you doing?
Yeah. You know what they're doing?
I mean, I guess they're doing ketamine and shit. Yeah, I guess so.
Ketamine, yeah.
But like if you're replacing it with like other substances, fine. But I'm like, if you're not out there, like, I mean, like our
phone is the most addictive. The phone is the most addictive thing on earth. It's that, and it's sugar.
Birddogs are incredibly, insanely, impossibly comfortable shorts. I have a pair I wear around the house all the time. They got the inner lining that just holds everything in nice and tight. You know what I mean? You just feel secure when you're in a pair of Birddogs. Birddogs classic quarter zips. Oh, those are the shorts. They also have the classic quarter zips. Perfect when you're looking for something in between. Whether you're golfing or going on a first date, Birddogs quarter zips are your new go-to. Now, what about the pants? We all know wearing nice pants is the worst. They're stretch khakis, though. They actually look like you're dressing up, but have the stretch and flexibility you need. Other athleisure pants look shiny and too casual to wear into the office. Birddog stretch khakis, that is not a problem. You can finally have comfort and style in one. For a limited time, our listeners get a free hat with any order, and you use code KFC at birddogs.com. That's code KFC at birddogs.com. You get this hat completely free when you use code KFC at birddogs.com. Support our show and let them know who sent you. Hulu. As everyone knows, Hulu is now Hularious. And ladies and gentlemen, legendary comic icon, our friend Bill Burr, is coming to Hulu on March 14th with his new Hularious stand-up special, Bill Burr Drop Dead Years. Get Bill's provocative, unfiltered, and honest point of view on everything from marriage and parenthood to dating, advice, and dropping dead. With his signature raw wit and sharp commentary, Bill fiercely pushes boundaries as he navigates the nonsense and weighs in on mental health, social media, and societal norms. Excuse me, I actually read an interview in Variety with Bill Burr promoting this very special, and I'm very excited to hear it. It seems like Bill kind of has a new outlook on life. He says he was maybe a meathead comedian for a while. I wouldn't disagree with that. I think maybe there were a few years there where Bill kind of just got a little old manny. And I think again, judging from how his interview with Variety went, it seems like he has an interesting look on life that I'm ready to hear about. His unique ability to blend deep critique with laugh out loud humor is exactly what makes this one of the most personal and funniest hours yet. See the new Hularious stand-up special, Bill Burr, Drop Dead Years, streaming on Hulu March 14th.
I guess so, yeah.
There's nothing more
I don't even
addicting.
care about the drinking. It was like getting the booze was like half
Oh,
the
how
fun.
fun was that?
Fake IDs and getting someone to buy it for you. Finding.
I remember
like,
I
the
turned my
distributor
fake ID in once.
What?
Because because my freshman year in my college, I was like the only person with a fake ID, and I was buying booze for like the entire freshman class. Like everyone would come to my door and be like, "Here's $20. Can you give me a 6-pack?"
So you don't even want their
And you had the one
responsibility.
liquor store that you knew would be okay with
And
that.
I
that
went
you
and I
had
was
to
like,
do.
"Can you take this from me? It's fake." And they were like, "What?"
I don't want
I
this
was like,
responsibility anymore.
I don't want to just like throw it away and have it found by someone.
Yeah.
Can you just fucking take this? I'm so sick of coming in here. And
That's
buying booze.
hilarious.
It was like a Shell or it was some kind of gas station.
That's you always went. I went to like a mobile.
Yeah.
And then there was Lenny's Liquors in Bellingham, Mass. We called it Lenny's Underage Liquors. I was probably like 17.
Guimont Farms in Fall River was the same.
What was it called?
We used to go to.
Guimont Farms. We were fucking 15 years old.
They didn't care.
And we'd call ahead and be like, "Yo, we're coming to pick up 330s. Can you just leave them out back?"
Yeah.
And like they weren't our friends. We didn't know who they were. Like they would just put 330s
I can
out
do that
back.
for you, Mr. Feitelberg. Put it up.
It was called Imperial, and this old Jamaican woman like ran it, and like we would get a big box, a big cardboard box, and like fill it with random shit. Because it was like honestly like super bad. Like you take the order, like the girls want a 6-pack of like Mike's Hard Lemonade, you want Miller High Life, you want this, and they would just put all of it in one big cardboard box, and you take that out. We were like 15 years old.
I remember like us
like a
having
baby.
debates
Yeah,
of
children.
like it's probably more realistic to buy a ton.
Yeah.
Because like then
That's what adults do,
then
right?
They're gonna want the business. So like, let's buy a shitload of stuff. But then other times you wouldn't be feeling as confident. You'd be like, I'm only getting one.
Yeah, like early on we were drinking 40s. Like I can't imagine drinking a 40 now.
I got arrested at NYU drinking a 40 when I was 14.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Like they would be
NYU.
warm by the end of it.
At
Like,
NYU.
My friend was from New York, and I came down to see him.
that's what it's all about. Drinking
And then-
22s and 40s on the street, getting arrested, man. Hell yeah.
Jesus.
That was one where I hid it from my parents. So I got arrested and had a court date, but like I didn't like spend the night in jail. So I told my parents, got back from the trip, told my parents that OAR was doing a concert here on like a Wednesday night.
To go to court.
And I was like, I got to be there in the morning. I'm going to take like a 5 a.m. train. And my parents were like, yeah, sounds good, whatever. And my mom brings me to the train station in the morning, like a month later, whenever it was, and pull up to the train station. And my uncle, who's a lawyer, opens the passenger door to let me out. And I was like, what's he doing here? And she's like, my mom was like, did you think we didn't know? And she's like, we're not sending you to court in New York City without. I was just gonna go plead guilty and like
Whatever.
What?
Take your
and
life,
just
like
take
that.
whatever was gonna happen.
Go to
me.
Rikers for a couple months. Do you remember operating without money?
Yeah, I mean, dude, like working on a budget like that. That's also part of life too. That I don't know.
Or like I remember in college, I would
Scrounge together our money to buy beer. Like
beg my mom to transfer me $40.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
and that would last me a week.
like having finding a 20 in your jacket pocket.
Dude, I would fucking. I still to this day think it's genius. I think I invented microloans. I'd be at O'Brien's, the bar in Newport, and I would know how much money I had on my card going in. So I would like let's say I had $60, right? And I would I have $60.
You're rich.
I guess I can have like 4 drinks, whatever it was, and then I would close out when I got down to like sub $5, and then there was an Bank of America across the street, and as long as you had cash in your
overdraw or
account, you could take out up to $200. So I would take it down as close to zero, and I would take out $200. And so then I would get $200 for a $30 overdraft fee. And I was like, this is definitely financial genius.
You're paying $30 interest rate on your fucking $200 loan.
It was so foreign to me when like there were like a select few kids in college who would have credit cards.
Yeah.
And I was like, your parents let you do what?
And it wasn't a debit card. It was like actual
mind-blowing.
credit.
Yeah, it was actual
Yeah,
credit. I'd
that
be
to
like,
me, I would've gotten
on
in trouble
what
with.
fucking plan?
My mom
got in trouble
fucking
with that big
boned
time.
me as hard as he possibly could on that.
Yeah, she did.
Got me a credit card, told me,
Like you're on money?
no, she was like, the speech you give, right? Like it's for emergencies, all that stuff. I ignored that.
Yeah.
And I ran it up to like $8,000 or whatever. And then she was like, I'm not paying that. I said it was for emergencies. And so I had to pay it all off. And
$8,000 on what? Just alcohol and food?
It was like fucking vacation. I was like, they weren't vacations, but I was like buying flights to go see a girlfriend, and then in my head, anything that wasn't quote unquote for me counted as an emergency. So like, if I was with her, I could spend the money.
That's just some mental gymnastics.
It was just me who couldn't spend the money. and she's like, I'm not paying for any of that. And it was like a big, not big.
$8,000 that young is 10 million. That's $8 million.
It's infinity. It's infinity dollars. It's like impossible to pay off.
I never went on spring break.
Being young and dumb is the best. Like,
what is?
Being young and dumb. Like,
I remember I tried to con my mom into letting me go on spring break one year, and she was like, "Who's gonna pay for that?" I was just like, "I guess we gotta work at the rink again."
My parents. It was not the money. It was like who were you gonna who's gonna chaperone this?
Oh, my
parents. We had one
that.
set of parents who was like completely like party animals, and that the other parents didn't know that, so they were like, "Yeah, we'll chaperone it."
parents.
Yeah.
Would you do that? No.
I was gonna say, how are you?
No way. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I mean,
with what?
With like kids and drinking and shit. I do understand the idea of like everyone come to my house and no drinking and driving and all that kind of
trashy.
shit. But it's trash, and I can't do that.
If I saw a 14-year-old at a club right now,
like it would give me anxiety.
You haven't taken algebra yet?
Definitely not
drinking
like
in my house?
other kids. Like
that's.
Dude, I saw like a movement on like Instagram. Parents being like, "Don't let your kids ever go on sleepovers."
I saw that too.
And it's there's just like horror stories of like I slept over at my friend's house and like his dad.
But there are horror stories about everything.
Totally. But I can see some parents just being like, "I'm not gonna, I don't know. We're not gonna risk that." It's like, well, I don't know, sleepovers were like a part of. But I don't know.
Now you're risking that your kid's a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
A much bigger risk.
And the same thing with drinking is like,
I'd rather than get molested.
I mean, the underage drinking was like who I was from like 15 to 21, like,
right.
And to me, it would be totally normal. But like now, things are so different. Like if I knew that like my kids were my kids are like early teens, mid-teens, if they're out there getting fucked up the way like. I mean, we talked about like how we should have been dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't know if.
But there's always one like there were two sets of parents in my hometown. One of them, this girl's mom, she was like a Vegas madam. Like she was like smoking hot, like huge tits.
Yeah.
Everyone go to their house, get fucked, they take ecstasy,
get
fucked up
shit.
like in their basement.
I'm a cool mom.
Exactly. And then there was another one who would like party with us. And like now that they're probably older than I am now. I'm 35. I would never, in a million years,
sit around with little kids
and
your fucking
blow coke with 16-year-olds. Like, are you nuts?
I think a good like middle ground of like, don't ask, don't tell, don't do it in front of my face.
Yeah.
If you get in trouble, I'll like don't get caught by the cops.
We're on
Definitely
vacation
don't drink
or
and
at
drive.
the game. I'll give you a sip of my beer.
Yeah,
because there's a rite of passage in a sense.
But it also seems like that's not. I mean, there are definitely kids still drinking. Let's not be crazy, but it does seem like it's way down to the point that like.
But I don't know why, unless it's literally just the phone.
In my town, it was like every bar just paid off cops or whatever they did, and then by the time I was of age. Janine Pirro was like the DA in Westchester, and she cracked down like crazy, and like rightfully so. Like, I mean, there was a police station across the street from the bar we used to go to, and the cops would come in and raid it, and I'm sure someone just handed them an envelope of cash, and that was it, But we were like 15, 16 years old doing like all you can drink open bars and just craziness.
I was at my brother-in-law's bachelor party over the summer in Minnesota at some lake in the middle of nowhere. People were leaving this. We had like a shuttle taking us around. People were leaving this bar so drunk, and we walked out, and there was a cop in the parking lot. The cop was telling people to turn their lights on the way out. He's like, "Lights on? All right, you're good." I was like, "Holy moly!"
Yeah. Are you gonna? We have St. Patrick's Day coming up. Probably as this episode comes out. Like to me, that was always like a.
Yeah, I'm still
holiday, like
I'm doing it big.
Are you?
I got 3 parties I'm going to.
Really? Wow.
In New York?
Yeah, all in New York.
I mean, for me, it used to be a month. It would be Hoboken St. Patrick's Day was the first month of the year, the first weekend of the month, and then like Scranton, Pennsylvania was like the second.
Yeah.
And then there was a regular one, and then after that was Long Island RVC. So like every a whole month of St. Patrick's Day parties, like
I don't know Italians don't celebrate. Like Rhea told me that she's never celebrated St. Patrick's Day.
What?
She's like, yeah, why would I do that?
She's like, I don't know about that.
My mom's half Irish.
Yeah. I mean that's one of those, like everybody celebrates. My friend, his dad was a firefighter. I mean New York City fire department type St. Patrick's Day is one of the greatest things you'll ever
Would he live
experience.
in Rockaway Beach or something?
It was. He died in 9/11, so.
Absolutely.
But I mean, like, we were young and like going to these parties at the parade. The guys in uniform, the girls are putting on the hats, or making out with each other. I was like, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me in my life.
It's so fun. I might
now
rip it
I'm
this
like,
year.
I could never. You know what was a big thing for me? My friends, we had St. Clancy's Day, and it was the day after St. Patrick's Day. I would always get absolutely obliterated.
St. Clancy's
We would go.
Day.
It was
It's
like
the day the divorce paper ink signs.
it was like we would go to Rathbones usually. It was the day after. We would have like Hair of the Dog. It was only if like Rathbones was the best.
That's a cool name.
That's an awesome name.
It was
for a
so
bar.
good. It was my favorite bar ever. And it was usually only if it was like a weekend, I guess. So not every year, but like we would go back for like Hair of the Dog, go to like brunch or something. And I remember like at least 2 years in a row, my friends said they were like, there was a twinkle in your eye. where it would be like everyone's getting like, can I have like a Blue Moon? Can I have like a mimosa? And I'd be like, anybody want to do shots of Stolio? Yeah. And then like it would just start like flowing, and all of a sudden I was just like way drunker, drinking way more than I did the day before on St. Patrick's Day.
I did that on New Year's Day.
Yeah, we did that too. We used to do all you can drink brunch on the Upper East Side.
Right now we're really going
That was our classic. Like, that's for amateurs. This is professional.
You did this Southeast St. Patrick's Day parade. We were on that duck boat.
Yeah.
The coldest I've ever been. And before we turned up the street, I remember it was you or like Brianna or something. I was like, you think people will throw us drinks? Because we didn't have any. And I think you looked at me and you go, yeah. We turned
I think we'll cover that.
We turned up the street and it was like raining McGillicuddy's nips on us. It was the best.
I don't know if I've ever been in more pain the next day than that one. And it wasn't even drinking. It was yelling. Because we yelled for like 6 hours straight. Like it felt like someone was driving screws.
That's part of why I can't go out anymore is the loud bars. I can't hear, and when I'm talking, I'm like, ah!
I want to be able to sit, too. I hate standing.
I need to be able to hear my jokes. I need to be able to sit. I need to be comfortable.
Hey, KFC Radio listeners, it is early March, and you know what that means. It means my nights usually involve the couch, college hoops, and Evan Williams bourbon. If you know me, you know I am about those three things. As you know, Evan Williams is game day's #1 pour. After a long day at the office, there is no better way to unwind than flipping on a big rivalry game, pouring a glass on the rocks. It is smooth, rich, and always easy to enjoy. Whether you prefer a pregame pour or a post-win nightcap, the best game day moments can be paired with Evan Williams. Make Evan Williams part of your game day. Trust us, you will not be disappointed. We've been filming mascots, as we've made it clear. And yesterday, Tommy, Owen, Paz, myself had a little break in the action. Watched, what did we watch? Colorado, TCU. Had TCU -2.5. Did not win that bet, but did enjoy some Evan Williams while we watched it. Visit evanwilliams.com to find a bottle near you. Evan Williams, it is Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey from Bardstown, Kentucky, 43 to 45% alcohol by volume.
That's why I'm trying to pitch this thing. I was on the phone with the Mets the other day, trying to like do more shit with them. 1 year, I don't know how this happened. They did Mets at the movies. You could go to a movie theater and watch the game. It was the best. Because like you can always go to a bar, but you are standing or it's not comfortable, whatever.
Yeah.
This was like you sat in your comfortable ass movie theater seat. You got your popcorn. The game was on the big screen, and when people hit like we were running up and down the aisles,
people paying
we're
attention to the
high-fiving.
game.
Yeah, it was fucking sick. I'm trying to get them to do it again, and they were like, yeah, maybe we'll do that.
We should do TV shows at the movies.
Total, all that shit. You can rent out a movie theater in my town for $250.
Oh, what?
A movie,
Oh my
a
God.
whole theater?
Well, no, like a one
Or
screen.
like a screen. Still, that seems
and
like
people,
very cheap.
People do it for like kids' birthday parties and shit. You can put on whatever you want, and here's the DVD. The thing about like sports is you need the rights and all that kind of shit. But I was like, if we can do this, like I'll rent it out. Let's go. But
You ever have a trashy birthday party as a kid? Like I had one at
like
McDonald's one
oh,
year.
that's super trash. Wow.
I had one.
That's. I'm assuming at least
Looking
had a play
back,
place.
My dad, like, get going here. We're at McDonald's. My brother had one at Papagino's. Oh, yeah.
Pat's looking over his dad. Are you proud of this?
He had one at Papagino's making the pizza. It was all the kids. It was such a big thrill. Oh, we're making a pizza. But looking back, it was like, that was a tragedy.
I remember going to, when I lived in Pennsylvania, I went to this kid's birthday party. We went to a Phillies game. But before that, his dad owned a Burger King, which I think you are, if you franchise a major thing, you are wealthy. But in my mind, he Elon Musk. This guy owns, and even Burger King. I knew that Burger King was kind of trash compared to McDonald's, and I was still like, you own a Burger King? But he like took us there for that, and I remember ordering. I said I wanted McNuggets, and he was like, it's not McDonald's. Like we do like. And I was like, I want McNuggets. And he was like, correcting me like, it's not McNuggets. Looking back, I'm like, what a fucking asshole. I was in like first grade. Just get me the nuggets, man. Yeah. Sorry I didn't, properly respect the Burger King nomenclature, you dickhead.
That's you dickhead. That's wealth. We had one girl in high school, her dad owned like 4 McDonald's on the Mass Pike. And we were like, this bitch is rolling.
Big baller.
And we would all make fun of her because she was working there in high school. She's like, I'm fucking inheriting these.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is equity, bro. I own this shit.
She was such a trash bag. It's actually the hardest I've ever laughed in my life. Was we went to like Panera after school or something. We were pulling around back into the high school. I'm not gonna be able to tell this story. We were pulling around back into the high school by like the tennis courts where this girl was known as a trash bag, where there were so many people watching this tennis match, and you bleep out her name. And she's like,
say the fucking
I
government
have to
first
say
and last.
And she's like, my car is. She thinks she was smoking cigarettes. She's like, my car is so fucking dirty right now. I need to clean it out. And I was just using her for a ride home because I had to walk home. And we're going by this tennis game, and she starts taking trash from her car and throwing it out the window. Onto the bleachers as people were there, and everyone's looking like, what is happening right now? Because all this trash is just coming out of the car. She saw nothing wrong with it. I thought it was the funniest fucking thing in the world.
That is
she
the
owned
most
McDonald's.
white trash thing possible.
Littering
Littering is
in front of everyone.
If you litter, like I'm not even like a save the environment guy. I just think you're kind of a piece. You're not kind of. You are a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Littering is as white trash scumbag as you can do.
Dude, the audacity to just be like,
bro, I saw.
Look you in the eyes. I'm gonna throw.
I did it with
ground.
a little mint, like the little mints you have up front the other day. I was like, I'll just let it go.
Yeah,
like,
you do the old like,
trash.
Try to put it in my pocket. Whoops. Yeah, I've been there.
Like you're gonna see a trash barrel in a second. Particularly like I know now with like Lucy's and shit like that. Like you kind of just pop them in your pocket. Like it's just why would you want to fucking make a mess?
I do think it's kind of gross that you guys put your used Lucy's in your pockets.
Yeah,
that's disgusting. I would probably litter before.
Isn't there
I
a container for it in the thing? Like you put
yeah,
it in
yeah,
the
you're supposed to, like, line
That's
it.
nasty though.
It was more like other things, but like since I started using Lucy, you can pop the top there. But like, I genuinely can't comprehend what kind of
you're
person
see
you have
one,
to be
especially in New York, in like 25 feet.
to like
on the
fucking
corner.
throw.
Or you see
something on
someone
the
like
ground.
do like something big they litter, like they'll just drop their
yeah.
fucking shit. That's
Dude,
a scary person.
That when all that all that
terrifying.
McDonald's shit used to be like styrofoam and all that too. Like I mean,
Yeah.
it does not biodegrade for like forever. Remember Dennis Leary's song, the "I'm an Asshole" song?
I remember it, but not like really.
Yeah, like I think in the music video, and I think part of it is like he talks about littering, and it's like
He lit.
being a quintessential asshole is
It's quintessential. My
Sometimes
dad.
I'll do gum under the table. I'll admit that.
that's despicable.
Yeah,
like
I
at
know.
your
but,
desk,
like,
you have a bunch of gum.
what?
Like at
No.
your-
Like it has to be like if I'm out and like I don't have a
Like at a
trash can
bar?
near. Like yeah. Like,
That's not as bad.
if
I'll do that
if
on
I
a
just-
plane if I have gum.
What?
Where do you put it?
I don't want to swallow the gum. I'll just fucking stick it.
Why
in
don't
the
you
bottom.
just
Under the
eat
seat.
it?
It's disgusting.
My sister told
tell you
me
what's disgusting.
when I was younger that the wrappers were edible. So for like 3 years of my life, I was eating the wrappers.
I used to do that with gum.
Like a stick of gum?
Bubblicious or something.
Like yeah. It wouldn't ever be like the tin ones, but with the paper ones. And I was like,
You ate tinfoil?
No, I didn't eat the tinfoil. I had class.
Dude, Wrigley's gum when I was like, I remember when I'm so old. I remember when Winter Fresh came out. When Winter Fresh dropped, I was like, "Yo, this shit is game changing." There was the white and the green, and then the blue came out. And I was
Winter
like,
Fresh dropped. You want to hear how trash I am?
It was a quarter.
I didn't think sushi came out until like 2010.
That's
you just got invented?
I'd never even
You are
heard of it until after
no.
college.
Me
I'd
and
never
Pat's
heard of it.
entire existence, our entire relationship is like who's more white trash and just sharing white trash stories about ourselves and other people. You win, dog. Not knowing sushi existed is WT.
I was like, oh, fuck, what's this stuff? I was like, it's the oldest dish on earth. I think I might have told that on here before. That was bad.
That is really fucking funny. When did this come out? What, sushi, dude?
Yeah. Uncooked fish?
Rice?
Millennia ago.
Yeah, right. Chinese
In the
people have been doing
Mesozoic
this
era.
Were you, did you underage drink?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said,
never know.
I said yes.
There's a lot of people, like, when I met people in college, they were like, I'm drinking for the first time. Like, I'm excited to be drinking. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
I felt actually the other opposite. I was like, oh, I'm like garbage. I've been doing this for years now.
But my town wasn't like, it was only house parties. Like, it wasn't bars.
I think that was a pretty unique. What I've learned is my bar existence from like 15 to 18 is pretty fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Bars.
15
There were 15. I was 16, but there were 15-year-olds. I think it was in 8th grade.
We did bars, but it was
grade.
like that was a special occasion.
We would go Monday nights of every night of the summer to this place called Scholars. It was the greatest. $10, all you could drink.
In Manhattan?
No. This was Westchester. It was like a strip in New Rochelle, North Avenue. It was. I want to like do a documentary on it one day. It was like the greatest thing ever. It was a strip of. There was Scholars, O'Brien's, One-Eyed Jacks, Beachmont. They all had like different names. Like, you know, they would change.
Just a bunch of Irish dirtbag bars.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, and you get a picture of 16-year-old
But they
Kevin
honestly were like, they were dirtbag bars, obviously. But I remember like there were like really good DJs, like music that like was coming out early. I remember like I would get to college and be like, oh, we've been drinking at like bars like this and listening to these songs for like years now. Like it was amazing. And that bitch Janine Pirro ruined it all. But the bars were, it was. Oh man, it's just weird for like a 15-year-old kid to be at a bar.
Yeah, I know.
They had the part of the $10. It was all you could drink, and you could also like all you could eat, like burgers and dogs. And they had like an alley that they were grilling in. And I remember watching a guy pee on the grill, like just for fun. And I was like, well, never eating here again. Like,
piss on the grill?
But I had done that before, and I was like, how many times have I had a piss burger? Like, I've definitely eaten this before, and this is definitely not your first time peeing on that grill. So, and people were still smoking. People were still smoking. So like, oh my god, I would come home. At that point, I don't even realize it. But now looking back on it, like, the smoke in my clothes and in my hair, like.
Did your like mother not know or not care?
The smoke, looking back on it, I'm like, I came home like
home from a smoky Irish bar.
Dude, I remember one time I was so drunk I took a bath, right? And there was like a wall like this. And
Whitney Houston yourself?
Yeah, basically. I had my head like that, and it was like soot, like black, like on the wall. It was like coming out of my hair. It's disgusting. So they must have known, and like obviously, it's like you said, like your parents always know, you know, your shit face. Like my one friend used to keep mouthwash outside the house and like drink mouthwash. It's like, now you're going into the house with perfectly minty fresh breath. Like, get out of here.
You ever used to hide booze outside? We used to do that.
Oh, we have a spot
around the neighborhood.
Like the spot. Like, and it's gonna be warm when we get there. But
I forgot until recently. Like since it was all house parties, it was just like these guys like playing music, and it would be like only rap, and they would just then like we would all study like the lyrics beforehand and like literally spend so much time like. So that I would like literally study so that I would just like all like I don't know like any song
Magic
I heard
Stick.
I'd be like, okay, I'm learning the lyrics so that just like at a party I'd be like you know, like I'd mouth the lyrics, and like that was how like you know, like you peacocked like in high school, like in the Bay Area, like that was. And now whenever I can't remember something, I get
in EFO.
And it would work. It'd be so
Tell me when to
goddamn
go.
cool. But I spent so much of my memory is just like
rap lyrics from like 2000.
Yeah, whatever.
When were you like in high school and college?
Like yesterday, like a year ago, maybe. I don't know, like 20. I graduated 2017, so 2014.
Jesus Christ.
2016, 2017.
We said something the other day. We like mentioned some show or something, and you didn't know what it was.
Saved by the Bell. Well, that was for us at least.
You mentioned
they didn't know who Saved by the Bell or Zach Morris.
Might have been something.
I think it was
like
Saved
that.
by
I
the
think
Bell.
it was Saved
Yeah.
by the Bell. Yeah,
I've
that's
never
crazy.
seen that.
That's a little bit
70s
before my
show.
time, but like I know.
But like you usually know it. Yeah.
Dude, I have a question for you. What do gay guys like? Do you guys like? I'm thinking about. So Paz and I are working on like this video series. We just like see cool dudes. Do you like? Do gay guys? Or are you just like that dude's fucking cool? Like
Yes.
you don't want to fuck him.
No, they want to fuck him.
Like
Most of the time.
you guys want to fuck every cool dude.
Yeah, not even cool. Like any dude.
Any dude. You guys just want to
Yeah.
fuck like everything that's
No,
not
like
a
their
girl.
whole Instagram accounts I'll send you some. I follow a lot of them.
Yeah, but
it's like cool dude.
The man crush for a straight guy is such a part of our life.
Yeah.
But you guys it's just a crush for you.
Like, you're just like, oh, dude, that. But
I guess
so cool.
But so it's a flip
follow
though.
hot guys on the subway or like guys reading. You don't follow any of that.
No, because that's not what I mean. That's not what I mean.
Is that what you mean?
No, it's not even really about like if they're attractive. It's just like
coolness doesn't really.
It's the flip side.
Really
you probably
exist.
think that about like diva girls, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like she's so diva. She's like such a queen. So it's just.
But cool guys don't really exist like in the gay within the gay community. At least for me, I never will look at a guy, like at least a gay guy, and be like, oh, that guy's cool. Like that's just not a
like. Do
priority
you look at a
for
guy
me. It's not important
because he's just a hole?
Yeah, he's just a hole, sir. I see his cock. Yeah, no.
You
like,
won't look at a
guys,
cool
like,
guy
cool.
and be like, all right, that cool guy is doing blank, 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 and I might be able to pull off one of those things. Like, you don't look at him like aspirationally.
Straight guys, I do. Never a gay guy. Like I'll look at Pavs or you. I'm like, okay, like you guys like dress a certain way. Like I'd like to emulate that in a certain way. I will never look at a gay guy and be like, this cool. Guy is cool. That thought is never even entered
You're the
my
worst
mind.
gay ever.
That's not how I'm sizing these queens up. It is not. You're cool or you're not.
So like, if a guy is cool, is he attractive to you?
Not really.
No.
Why do you fuck somebody?
Oh,
just
why
they're
would
hot?
you not? Yeah.
Well, I think cool. Like I think girls will fuck a cool guy.
Maybe I've just never
Funny
met a
guy.
cool gay person.
like I feel like
we're trying to turn Pat homophobic right now. Like, here's our evidence.
I
feel like girls will fuck a guy who's cool or funny. Like you could find a fat, ugly guy, and forget about money for a second because that obviously rules everything. But like there's plenty of straight, ugly guys who you'll be like, he's fucking that girl, and it's like because he's funny.
Exactly.
I don't think the gays are like, he's so funny, I'll suck his dick. I feel you got to be hot and in shape. And
but like for example, there's one guy I probably like 4 or 5 years ago. I was on Fire Island. We pulled up to this house. I still think about this guy. We pull up to this house party at like 3:30 in the morning when things are just getting cooking. on Fire Island. Like just the night is young, baby. I'm up till 11 a.m. at this point. We pull up. This queen was holding court on this deck. Kimono. He had to have been 500 pounds. He was the funny. It must have been the drugs I was on or something. He had every single person on this deck looking at him, holding court. There were tears pouring down people's faces. I don't even remember what he was saying, but he was foul looking. But he was so cool and so funny.
But
I
guys,
still think
did they
want
to fuck him at the end of the night?
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I wanted to.
Wait,
everyone did. Huh?
Was he gay?
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. But like that for me, funny trumps pretty much anything.
Yeah, okay. So it does matter because I feel like that. I would not think that in the gay community, but I guess that kind of is.
But people don't. I mean, we're a shallow people. Like it's,
for
most people, it's how you look.
One of the craziest things, like
you should see the guys at my gym, the bodies at my gym.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh my!
In a weird way, it probably keeps you like somewhat in shape because you're like like as I am always like I am not in shape. I don't look great. But I'm like, I can get by because of
you're a straight guy.
Whatever.
You would look. They wouldn't even let you in.
Right.
It is. Like,
yeah, you're too ugly to even get in shape. Like,
it would be like people would be like,
you're a pig.
God.
Yeah.
Like I have to work out really hard, and I'm just starting to do it, like because my shoulder's good
dude.
now. But the guys at this gym, like half the reason I go is just be in the locker room and fucking bird watch. It's like that's the reward. The reward of working out is seeing the dicks in the locker room.
Bird watching is such a great.
That's the reward. The bodies, it's like.
Chiseled,
abs chiseled. I'm like, what do you eat to fucking look like this? Do you guys
do steroids?
Yes.
Yeah.
Juice queens.
Juice queens.
Yeah. They're everywhere. Now, the roid queens. They're everywhere.
What's crazy is, like, I always think about, like, during, this is very offensive to say, but, like, the fact that, like, during the AIDS epidemic.
Here we go.
The fact that you guys just wouldn't stop fucking. It's so funny. They're like, there's this disease that's killing everyone. If you have sex, you'll get it. And they were like, let's go to Fire Island.
What time's the ferry again?
It's like crazy. It's like, I feel like in Liar Liar, like, stop breaking the law. Like, stop fucking each other during AIDS, assholes.
Just think about the pandemic we experienced.
Yeah,
and everyone's like, just stay inside for like a week. It's like, just stop fucking for like 1 week. I can't do it.
Not doing
An entire generation addiction was wiped out because we was
I know, it's crazy, but you would not stop.
So keep making your jokes.
Jack, I do also. I wanted to highlight.
1 second, please.
You. Check.
Yep.
Pat telling the story of like, there's this guy. We're on Fire Island. He's holding court in a kimono.
I have never
And
seen
Jack's
anything like
like,
this.
what's his sexual orientation?
He was an elephant queen in a pink kimono.
You didn't. Yeah. That was a miss by
What's his
me.
number?
No,
Can you say
the
that
man
again?
on Fire Island in a kimono, was he gay or straight?
Dude, as I've gotten older, I don't look
I
towards
just feel like stereotype.
Yeah.
looks are not it for me anymore. Like I
Really?
love, like I used to skew much more heavily. Like, oh, I want a guy who's more straight acting and more masculine and this and that. And as you get older, you realize like I will take a funny, like biting queen over some chiseled guy any day. There's just nothing funny. to me.
I'd go gay for Nathan Lane.
I love
like
Nathan Lane.
Hemsworth is like obviously Hemsworth's that's the most attractive man on the planet. But like, who would I go gay for? Nathan Lane.
This isn't Nathan Lane, but remember the guy in Mrs. Doubtfire, Robin Williams' brother, who's doing the makeup?
Yes.
Any tighter, you'd look like Ma.
Yeah.
Like those are the like when I'm out, like if I go out to like Fire Island or whatever, like those are the people I love to hang out with because they're so fucking funny.
It's like anything else, like gay or straight, like that. That's
All right there, Harvey Feinstein.
He's
whatever.
also in
Uncle Frank.
He's also in Independence Day.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
This old
that
queen.
voice.
Would you say most gay guys are funny? Like it's kind of like a criteria almost.
I think they're either very funny or like not at all. I'm just kind of old. I don't know.
I don't think Pat's gay. Did
Yeah.
you see that Army Hammer clip, by the way? It was crazy.
The grinder. Yeah, I wrote about it. The grinder.
Where he was
the
just
first one
like
I've done in a while.
the way he was describing it. He's like, it's he's like, girls are awful, right? And the girl in the interview's
Yeah.
like, yeah, no, totally, they're the
Yeah.
worst. But he was like, yeah, you'll just be like sitting there and you look at Grinder and it's like, hang on, I'll be right back. This guy's gonna suck my dick, and then you come back and like, and there is some level of that where it's like, you guys are just like, yeah, I don't know, let's just do this.
Well, I had to like delete. I would like delete all like the apps off my phone because it's just too transactional. And
Yeah.
it's like conditioned me to make like, oh, I don't need to meet someone or to be in a relationship. I can just fucking go on here and you have 3 or 4 guys who you're friends with, who you come over and you abuse each other's bodies, and then that's it. Oh, come over here. You want to have a
I
beer
don't know.
after? No, I'm good. All right, take it
sounds-
easy. I'll see you in 2 weeks.
It sounds like a great system. To
Yeah,
me.
but
maybe
it's-
maybe a little bit loveless. Maybe you want to settle down at some point and stop doing that. But from like 25 to like for you guys like 55.
That's my biggest fear now. Like the first time in my life, I'm 35. I need to like settle down.
But not really.
But okay,
the
so
one thing that really fucks all straight people is the biological clock. You guys don't even have to worry about that.
yeah, but it's like, what do you want to be a 40-year-old single gay guy? It's a double-edged sword because the older you get as a gay guy, the less
Less
desirable
attractive you are.
are.
Yeah.
You age
You're a
out.
chick.
Like
Yeah,
35,
it's like-
I'm a daddy for like gay
Yeah.
guys, and it's gross to say, but it's true.
Right.
Like it's the first time in my life I've been like, oh, it's a little more difficult to like find someone hot because I'm 35
Dude,
years
so
old.
you've just been fucking hot dudes your whole life so far.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I have. It's the douchiest thing I've ever said.
Wait, when did you come out again?
Huh?
When did you come out again?
When I was like 22.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm ready to settle down, and I'm at the age where it's like tipping. I'm like, I got to get moving here and like be a little bit more intentional with how I date, which is like, I don't like to go out anymore because when I go out, I drink, and then one thing leads to another, and you're boozing super late in the morning. And so I don't like to do it. It takes too much out of me. But in order to meet people, you have to go out. Otherwise, you're in this weird online space. And then if you meet someone off an app to go on a date, I don't know if you guys are on like any dating apps or whatever, but then it's like, we are on a date. We are sitting
it's like
here.
too official.
Yeah.
It's like,
Part of what's like the way you get a read on someone is if you meet someone out organically, you talk for a minute, then you
See
move
how they
apart.
operate,
You kind of
watch
see how they
them.
operate. You
Yeah.
see how other people react to them.
Yeah.
Are they a weirdo? Are they funny? If you're just sitting down having dinner with someone, which I will never do on a first date, ever.
I think dinner's like the worst date.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
I'll do a drink. My dating used to be, let's go on a bender and see if you can handle it. That was it. You go out at like 5 p.m. You remember? You go out at 5 p.m. You go
Welcome
out
to my world. You
Yeah.
want to stick around?
Exactly. You go out at 5 p.m. and then you sit there. First drinks come, couple shots. You have fun. You go out. You meet people. You go home. You fuck. You wake
Would you
up.
fuck a
Is it
girl with a
fun?
dick?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
All right, fine. I will. I'd
saw-
fuck most people and things, I think.
No, but you wouldn't fuck a girl.
No.
You hate them, right?
If the money was
Oh
right.
yeah, the money.
Yeah.
I thought you were like totally turned off by chicks.
I am. But if the money was right, I would do it.
I saw a tweet yesterday that said, "I don't know why gay guys exist. Girls have buttholes too."
It's what's next to the butthole.
Yeah, but it's also all of those holes are attached to them.
Yeah.
They're the problem.
Season 8's Valentine's Day premiere, February 14th is Valentine's Day. It has passed. Coincides with the 5-year anniversary of Love is Blind on Netflix. Love is Blind is back with a brand new set of hopeful singles from Minnesota. Minnesota, nice, ready to fall in love, get engaged, sight unseen. But once they are faced with the complications of the outside world, will they say, I do? It's a question we're all wondering. Just when you know what to expect from a season of Love is Blind, a new set of authentic singles shows us there is always more to reveal about their stories, modern love, and hell, maybe even ourselves. One of the best parts of watching Love is Blind being part of the conversation around it. I know that in being in the Barstool Sports offices, it's all anyone talks about. Everyone is locked in on Love is Blind, and if you haven't watched, you don't know what is going on with what everyone says. So the group texts are popping off. The memes are top-notch. That is part of what we love to bond over. You can join the bonding and watch Love is Blind Season 8, now playing only on Netflix. And don't miss the reunion this past Sunday, March 9th at 6 p.m. Pacific Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That is available on Netflix right now. You bet.
Well, there's two types of gay guys. There's guys gays and girls gays. I'm a guy's gay.
Yeah, you're definitely a guy.
Cody Riggs was on our show. He's like, there's two types. Joey's a girl's gay.
Yeah.
He loves hanging out with the girls. He loves doing makeup. He loves doing hair. For me, that
you're just like, I'm a dude who fucks dudes.
I feel like I'm filling a role that is not mine to be filled.
Right.
I get that.
I was just gonna ask because I feel like I see guys on the spectrum of like men written by women and men written by men, and then like.
What do you mean written by?
Like it's like the more. There's just I don't know
like
how
the
to
stereotypical like.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, it's like I guess if you're more in touch with your emotions or whatever,
What's this
then
room?
you'd be men written by women. But like then there's like guys, lads.
I'm a
men
lads
written by
lad.
men. Like I would say like Will Compton, like Taylor Luan, like men written by
What would you say
men.
me and John are?
And Pavs.
I would say you guys are all probably men written by women in a good way.
I thought you were going to say that. I was fine either way. I had.
Was there ever a question? Like, did you really think that there was a potential that she was going to say we're written by? She just said Will Compton.
But I would say no. But I would say you guys are like actually all in the middle, directly in the middle.
I agree with that.
That's
like-
why
Yeah.
I could see either way.
We're the
like,
best.
Like Fibula is like man written by woman.
Who?
Yes.
Fibula is man written by woman.
Who's Fibula?
Connor Wood.
He's like an online.
But I spent
internet guy.
the first years of my career here, I was like, I need to be like more gay. I need to be a certain way. And now I'm at the point where I'm like, fuck it. Like just do. You don't have to try to be a certain way. Now, look, I have that big old queen who fills that void for me.
Yeah.
Who sits next to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, this guy. That is man written by woman.
Most offline guy I ever met.
Great
Crazy.
teeth.
Yeah.
Fife?
He's the most offline guy
I know.
I've
Like, yeah, he doesn't
He's
know
offline.
anything.
He's
Is.
offline.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
He has no idea who
about
any
anything.
of these
Who
people
was
are.
he? TikTok, I imagine.
Yeah.
Instagram,
Yeah.
TikTok, yeah.
But this came about because girls said that they all wanted men written by women. So that's a compliment. You guys should be complimented.
I can always
But
tell
you
when
guys
a
You
guy-
know what, though?
I
You
think girls
say that.
they don't mean it.
I was gonna say, no shade to Fibula, but I could see there are times where you kind of get maybe friend zoned, or a girl said like it's a classic like you say that and then like you go home with the asshole. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Pretty rare. I think they all think that. Whether they follow through on that is the question. And I think maybe as you get older, you start to. But when you're younger, you're like, no girl's like, I want my boyfriend to be written by a girl. Like, that's not happening when you're like in your 20s.
Or you
Maybe
see the
later.
TikTok, it's like he was raised in a house full of women, and it's like this guy like doing a puzzle. It's like, no one fucking-
Dude, there was a guy.
No one
the guy on
wants
Love Is
that.
Blind. He was like, I was raised by like my sister and my mother. Like, I mean, I live alone, and like I put the seat down. Like I was like,
That's
"Shut
embarrassing
up,
and it's
you
cringy."
Fucking loser.
well, also like you guys like you don't get nervous around women. Like you guys like know how to talk to women and like hang out with them and like you can turn on being one of the girls. Whereas like you could sense when a guy is like scared of women.
That's what's
Well,
so
that's what's
weird
funny.
to
I think
me.
is about like the guys. I think are probably they're like if they're not fucking you, they probably don't know how to like interact with you.
Which
you know?
like girls mistake for, oh, you're not giving me attention. I want your attention.
Yeah, it's like no, they're uncomfortable because
But
they
like,
like don't
the
know how to.
lifelong part. Yeah.
But if I see someone like, and I've been out with people here who like get nervous around women. Like I get nervous, but not really. I can talk.
Though.
It's like, are you fucking retarded? Like they clam up and they don't know how to talk around women.
I mean,
like I can switch. Like I can code switch pretty well, but like if you see a true boy and they don't know how to act, it's bizarre.
But we can't code switch the way you can.
I disagree. I think you and John are both very good at
we can because we're like gay, but I'm saying like, a straight guy is like it's very nerve-wracking to go over to a girl and be like, I'm trying to fuck you, but I'm trying to be polite. Like we know this dance, and girls are very much like, you're supposed to chase me, and I will just blatantly shoot you down right now if it's not working. You know, like that is nerve-wracking. Yeah. When you're younger, eventually I think you stop caring. But
like I'll be at the bar and like, you know, we'll be talking to people. It'll be like a group of girls, and then I'll be like, "Oh, are you dating anyone? Whatever." I gotta let them know I'm gay, so I'm not a threat. Yeah. I'm like, "Oh, are you dating anyone?" And then they'll be like, "No." I'm like, "Oh, there's plenty of guys here." And every single time I do that, the girls have the same reaction. "Oh no, no one here." I'm like, "There's 30 hot guys in front of you."
And what's funny is like
you have the power.
That group of girls will go to a bar. Like they'll just swap, you know what I mean? Like, like the girls who are mad about the guys in that bar, you'll be like, oh, the guys in that bar are hot. It's like you're all just fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like grass is always greener.
When we were at that bar at Stratton, Pat and I were at a table with the girls he'd met somewhere, and I was intentionally letting them think I was gay because I didn't want to fuck them.
It's because my dick was in his mouth.
I was like, I don't even think like it was never spoken, but I was like, just so you know.
Yeah,
I could if I wanted to. I don't want to.
I'm choosing not to.
Talk about drunk when we were at the bar in Stratton.
I was gonna say,
remember that old lady who came up to me, Pat, how are you? I don't even remember who these people are.
We'll wrap up on this because it's one of my favorite Pat stories. You blacked out leaving the bar. Maybe it's a different time. Maybe this is when you were in Barstool versus America, when you just mooned the bartender.
Colorado, yeah.
Mooning is such a lost art. The fact that they were like, "Sir, you're so drunk, go home." And you're like, "I will, but first."
Yeah. They asked if I was driving. I go,
out.
"Does this answer your question?" And then Roan, evildoer Roan, he was I threw up on the bar. And I was like,
in the middle, like you just like stopped and just like I thought that you like forgot something and then you just
yeah. And then Roan's like, all right, he's like, let's go get some more booze, and he put me in the car and we were drinking on the way to the thing. He was great.
That's great.
But that was the old
mooning me. Does this answer your question?
It's very funny.
It is very funny. Funny place. Funny place. All right. Out and About is the show. Follow them on social media. Anything special you guys are doing?
We got a show coming up. When's this come out? Maybe Monday?
Thursday.
This will be Thursday.
All right. Nope. Nothing special. Same old stuff. Same old stuff.
All right. Good stuff.
All right. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Click that button.
Or I'll cut off my finger.